Welcome to Iconic Talk, your community's number fun podcast with conversations, community, and clowning, and heat.
And heat
Takes the center stage
again.
Here. With
it was the number one topic last week.
Here we are once again in the Icon
in
Media
an
Studios
inferno.
talking about the summer, talking about the heat.
Yep.
We, the highlight that we posted on social media, I don't know if you guys got that. By the way, yes, I'm Mark Francis. This is Spotlight.
Rachel
Racy.
Hello.
We post the highlight about our just poor knowledge about heat stroke and heat exhaustion. Already getting kind of comments about that. Putting that highlight out there of like, hey, you never know what you're going to get when the two of us get together.
No.
Today's going to be no different, by the way. It's not going to be any different.
We're not even sure what we're going to get.
We know what we want to talk about, but are we experts?
No.
That's what makes it entertaining. So, yeah, the heat, it's still real.
It's very real. I was saying this morning, I wouldn't mind so much. Like I can handle, I'm like, summer's supposed to be hot. Like I feel like that's expected. We just need rain.
Yeah.
It's
been
very dry.
Very
and
dry.
Everything's just scorched. I've got plants in my yard that are showing signs of heat stress that I've never seen. Like literally from the inferno over July 4th weekend.
Yeah.
Leaves just look like they were in an air fryer. Like they were just like baked.
Erica's getting after me. She's like, you got to take care of our plants. I'm like, how? Like, I don't even know.
You just got to water. And even watering just doesn't reduce the heat stress.
So, all right. Well, just since we are an expert on a few things, you're the expert on plants. When is the right time of day to water plants?
In the morning.
Because of the heat.
Typically,
right?
Yeah, in the morning.
Not even like late evening?
You could do late evening. During the heat of the day, obviously, is when you're going to evaporate the most water, and it's too much on the plant. But typically, I try to water early in the morning or late at night.
Mm-hmm.
I came home from work last night, and my two forsythias are like... in the backyard. And like there is a point with plants called permanent wilting point. And once they reach permanent wilting point, there's no recovery.
They won't come back. So
Correct.
Because you can water plants that look like make that face again. What was that? It was they will come back.
Yes.
Right?
But if they reach a certain point called permanent wilting point, then no water, no nothing will revive
permanent
the plant.
Death, basically.
They're done.
Wilting point is a nice way of saying it. Okay.
I am also at permanent wilting point by 9 p.m. at night.
Okay. Not right now.
Not right now.
Right.
Doing okay.
All right.
Got my water, hydrating.
Hydrate. Yeah, that was the name of last episode.
Anyway.
Well, what's going on? Okay, I have to once again talk about soccer. I'm sorry. I know.
Great Britain got an upset yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Were you rooting for them?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
The two of the final four, I got none right in my picks. That I did a bracket challenge with our family, and I got all kind of sentimental in my picks. Like I went with my heart, not my head, because I was like, okay, I really want a team who's never won the World Cup before to win this year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's only been 8 countries ever who have won the World Cup. I'm like, let's get somebody new.
Out of how many World Cups?
Oh, out of like
50?
There's been at least 40 or 50 over the years. No, 40 I think is what
40.
it's like. Yeah. So, but there's the modern era as well. So like 1930s kind of for some people don't count. 1950s and 60s it does count, but it's every 4 years. So it's not like it happens all the time.
Right.
But there's only 8 countries, 2 continents that have representation of winners. So I'm like, okay, it's time for somebody new. So I picked based on that. Then the brackets for us also, you can't really make a bracket challenge until you get to the final 32. So the group stage, we had a fun challenge for that, but that was really challenging to judge who wins.
Yeah.
But so once the brackets came out, you've already seen 3 games of the teams. So I'm like, all right, these teams are playing well. And then I also was like, these countries are really supporting their teams. They've shown up, like Norway with their rowing. Netherlands had these huge sea of orange parades. Mexican home fans were insane. So I kind of went with my heart thinking that sometimes the fans would have really helped boost, especially the
morale.
U.S., right?
Yeah.
The U.S. You would have thought that they should have won at least another game and gotten into the quarterfinals. So I lost so many of my picks because I was going with that as the standard. So of all of my soccer expertise, I'm 0 for 4.
Of which there is a treasure trove.
Yeah, 0 for 4. And surprisingly, like the top 4 FIFA ranked teams made the final 4, which is very shocking because FIFA rankings also are meaningless basically.
Are they?
Yeah, it's not even like college football. There's some kind of rhyme or reason to that. FIFA is just there's no real way of judging
Willy-nilly.
how good a team is. But the top 4 made the Final Four. So our family group chat like was blowing up. My mother was in the lead. She was trash talking us. Then Pierce and Tyson were now in the lead. So they're the 2 contenders to still potentially win. And I'm like here with my 0 for 4. But when it came to the Final Four, yeah, I wanted France and I wanted England. And of course, it's Spain and Argentina.
Yep.
And of course, the U.S. is, non-existent after they
the
flamed
looks
out.
On the people. I was watching the tail. Kind of the game was on all afternoon yesterday at work, and I was catching glimpses of it in between doing stuff. And the looks on Great Britain's faces. I mean, it was like at the last second.
It's so sad
when they scored number 3, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, that went in!"
Yeah. And well, Argentina's done it before. They came back and beat Egypt when they were losing 2-0 in a similar fashion. Cape Verde, a complete no-name country, has never heard of even soccer, basically made it and pushed Argentina to extra time and the brink. So Argentina's played with death a few different times. But when it got to like the 80th minute, and I'm sitting there with Pierce watching, and I'm like, it's going to be, how funny is it going to be to have France play Argentina in the consolation game on Saturday? Because like nobody's going to care about that. And then all of a sudden, bang, goal. Then all of a sudden, in extra time, goal. Not even, but just the added time, goal. Yeah. I'm like, so sad. There's literally a shot of the English fans in the stands. They zoomed in on one kid, and he's wearing his flag outfit and everything. He had flags painted on his cheeks, and it was like a top model crying because he was crying in the makeup and his flag was just dripping down his face.
That's terrible.
And it was so sad. And he was whimpering and his lips were quivering. And you're like, oh my gosh, this poor little English kid. It was sad. People get excited about it. It's real.
It was something.
Well, 2 more games left, consolation and then final Sunday. And then I'll go into your wintertime doldrums because there's no sunlight. I'll go into my non-soccer watching doldrums.
Because there's no soccer.
No soccer.
I'm sorry.
MLS is trying to say, MLS is kicking back off. Sorry, not the same. Anyway, there's my rant about the exciting soccer season.
I'm kind of like on the periphery. I'm watching, but I'm not watching. I've happened to catch a few moments. The drama.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The drama of the players rolling around on the field and crying. And
there's a few things that soccer could clean up to get more American fans on board, because what you're saying is very true.
It's so ridiculous.
They are so scared of getting hurt. And so therefore, when they see somebody barreling down at them, trying to, whack them and take the ball, they'll jump into the air before they get hit.
Yeah.
So they're already trying to kind of draw the foul. So there's that one thing of just not getting hurt, but then they'll jump in the air to entice the referee that, hey, this is a foul. He's doing something I don't like him doing. And so there's this cat and mouse gamesmanship with the players and then the ref. So, there's some things that FIFA could clean up or soccer could clean up. And then the other thing people talk about is scoring. It's like, a game is so boring and you're saying it's amazing because it was 2-1. I'm like, there have been NFL games that have been like 10-13 or, 6-7. It's really just 1 versus 2 as far as points go. It's just, NBA has the 3-point shot. Yeah. So there's more points and makes Americans more happy.
It's much more quick. You're talking about the field itself is what, 2 or 3 times the size of a basketball court?
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
There's so much running and so much back and forth and accuracy. And you've got, it's like you don't have a person blocking the net at all times in a basketball. Like there's nobody up there.
That's
you know
the
what
other
I mean?
thing
Like
is that
you've got a goalie. Yeah, there's all that offsides.
What if you eliminated offsides? That would be the other. I haven't heard too many people talk about that. There's the purity of the game, but like if you just got rid of, I play indoor. There's no offsides for indoor soccer. I'll play sideways on a soccer field, like 8-on-8. There's no offsides. So soccer has been played with no offsides before. So it's a possibility of just having a Messi be a poacher down there, boot the ball down to him. It would open up the game and create less controversy of, is that guy offsides or not? See, we're breaking down soccer. We didn't even plan on that.
This was not supposed to be the topic at all.
No, but this is my topic, so there you get to listen to what I want to talk about. Oh no, so like soccer certainly has benefited our country and the economy and the boosting. I don't know, the different countries who are hosting it and the fans in the stands and
The local
all kinds of
bars.
stuff. Local bars. You know, we didn't get impacted in Winchester.
Union Jacks was pretty full for most of the games.
Yeah, I went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
And one
once.
of the reasons why that's one of the best places downtown is they actually play the sound.
Yes.
And you can
That's
actually
helpful.
hear the game and see the game.
Yep.
When at Roma, we just have it on,
It's
not even on.
Not quite a sports bar at Roma.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But you're right. So there was a little bit of local economy boost because of World Cup, even here locally. We like to talk about local things. You know, what makes Winchester tick, you know, what makes Winchester a great place to live. The hot topic around town over the months now is data centers, right? Data centers, you see people put in their yard signs of like, you know, no data, like the Ghostbuster sign, you know, put a big sign through it of like no data centers. It's been all over the news. There's been meetings and town hall discussions about it. There's been, you know, the county trying to bring them in and people fighting back. It goes beyond the county as well, of even like these large like electrical wire, like transmission lines that are going to need to be installed to help support them. So we just want to, let's just talk about it.
I don't know enough to know what I don't even know.
Well, then let's talk about what you don't know then.
I guess is it to support cell phones? So I mean, what's the point of a data center?
Good question. Yeah.
Does it just keep my cloud stuff somewhere?
I will tell you, it helps. More data centers will allow you to have higher speed internet. So the speeds, you can increase the speeds. Because the more people that use them, you know, and obviously these internet companies scale you back and make you pay for more speed because it costs more to like have that. So you get more speeds. It can having more data centers will prevent outages, you know, of internet, and there's a lot of companies that rely on that. Obviously, where you put a data center doesn't matter because you can feed that data center can be used for around the country and around the world. Really, the biggest thing right now though is AI. So artificial intelligence is really spiking the demand and need for data centers.
That's another whole topic.
Let's talk about that. How do you feel about artificial intelligence? Oh, that's a no. That is a no.
Playing with fire.
Why do you say that?
Because I think it's a slippery slope of this is working for me and this is not working for me anymore.
Give me an example.
Did you ever see the movie with Johnny Depp in it, Transcendence?
No.
Oh, it's a crazy movie. He's this genius who develops this computer form of himself, and he gets very ill and he dies. And in the process of him dying, they try to completely download everything that's in his brain onto this computer. And he is able to remain alive post-death through this computer.
Very like modern futuristic science fiction, but close to reality concepts.
And his wife or girlfriend or whatever comes home every day and he's on the TV screen and they literally mimic every word. It's his voice. He's on this big monitor and she's like in the bathtub chatting with him and having a glass of wine chatting with him. And it's like he's alive and there in her home, but he's not. It's just him.
How old is it? Was this recent or not recent?
No, it's been around for a while, but it ends up taking over and he's able to replicate himself and turn himself into all these other different people. And
so you have PTSD by watching this movie.
I just feel like there's a fine line between technology serving us and us serving technology.
Absolutely.
And I think that AI
that's better put. Yes.
could very well become something we feed that just ends up devouring us.
Look like Iron Man movies or any of the like other superhero movies that are close to reality. It's like, okay, let's make all these robots everywhere. Yeah. Have you seen the bots and how like these robots are now running marathons next to the humans?
I just don't even like Marty.
They can jump
around. I don't even like
or
running into Marty and Martin's.
Yes.
That thing freaks me out. I'm like, I can't even get past him, let alone anything else. It's beyond. I'm like, what?
But so have you seen the cartoon movie WALL-E?
Yes.
from years ago. Same thing.
Yes.
This post-apocalyptic kind of universe that
He's
is
so
like run by
cute.
robots. And the humans
Wally.
don't make an appearance in the movie until you see this fat, dumpy dude who sits on a lazy boy and goes and pulls back the lounge chair and then shuttles himself around the universe in his lazy boy because he's just so excited that he has AI doing things for him. And that's what society can come to as well.
Yes.
Right? Fat, dumb, and stupid.
Well, and it's taking over jobs that people desperately need. And I feel like you're playing with fire when you remove the human connection out of driving a vehicle, out of running a computer, out of, I don't know, whatever. I don't live in that world in my brain. I don't live in that. I mean, I'm a server at a restaurant, like just boots on the ground, but I don't know.
But the benefits. Okay, so most people now have caught on to what ChatGPT can do, or the Google Gemini, or any of these other things that are out there that now these companies are creating these wordsmithing, kind of word generating and assisting us in our communication skills.
Yes.
I see huge value in that. Obviously, people get scared of, if I'm typing in all my life secrets to Chat GPT and it's going to hold on to it and retain it, and like people get fearful of their security and their just personal space, right? So there's always that fear of Big Brother's watching me.
Well, and then there's my friend Kathy, who is a special needs teacher administrator in Loudoun County. She just bought a pair of the AI glasses.
Oh, like the Meta glasses?
And yes, and she said her and another teacher wanted to test them out because they've got students that are visually impaired, and it can help them in dark rooms, and it kind of reads the room and kind of tells you where something. So there's amazing benefit, like obviously
benefits to me in our generation world of technology. This is just the next level. I mean, the iPhone changed technology. I feel like
for sure.
Now all of a sudden, this concept of AI can change our communication. It can change our education. It can change and navigate science even better. For maybe potentially AI can come up with cancer cures. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, so there's all kinds of benefits, but it's like you got to weigh the pros and the cons. So if we're on that chat of AI, that's really what's driving the data centers.
Okay.
So weighing the pros and cons of that, I come at it from the perspective of what is a data center going to do for our local community?
Yes.
Especially because these data centers are not going to necessarily just be feeding and making our internet speeds better here. It's going to they're building it for the masses,
right,
for like not just Winchester. So you're basically going to come into our community, and I think what a majority of the voices out there are saying, you're going to be impacting our preserved woods and our fields and our visuals of the Shenandoah Valley and what we love to hold on to of the history of the location, and all of a sudden now we're going to be having all these industrial warehouses everywhere. So visually it doesn't look good. People also get into the science of, is it healthy? Are all these machines doing things that
China is building them underwater?
Well, because there's the heat that it incurs, so it takes up tons of electricity, takes up tons of cooling fuel, which is a lot of water and things like that. So
then, so if global warming and all of that is such a big flippin' deal, then why are they encouraging it with more technology? I feel like we're cutting off our nose to spite our face in this argument.
It's
Do you know
so
what I'm
funny
saying?
Because like you would think that like the generations younger than us would be supportive of these things. No, like they're anti, obviously, global warming. There's different generations that would have that take, but then yes, even the AI and the data centers, in the greater kind of college systems of the world and higher educations, these students are like booing people that come to class.
But they don't want to give up their cell phone. So it's I mean,
standard.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you want it to, want what you want out of it, but you don't want what it's causing in order for you to have what you want out of it.
Yeah, it's got to have your high-speed TikTok and all the things for social media and all the technology at our hands. So it comes at a cost. Yeah, I heard rumors of people maybe debating put these data centers up into space. Like, so not just put them in the water, but get them out
What, just like floating, like satellite data
Yes,
centers?
floating satellite data centers has been floated out there as an idea.
It's been floated?
It has been floated, yeah. Well, so the local area here, there is an article that came out in the Star a couple weeks ago on July 9th. So this is kind of the most recent thing where the lead line says, in a surprising move, the Frederick County Board of Supervisors on Wednesday unanimously directed staff to draft a resolution authorizing an ordinance amendment for public hearing that would remove data centers as a permitted use in all zoning districts. All that's saying is they're now kind of leaning towards not letting data centers come in. Just, that was a long sentence.
I just feel like, I mean, having lived here my entire life, and I'm a terribly sentimental person, I will admit that to a fault. The locations that we discussed this morning, one up near Clearbrook.
So, yep, you jump. Yep. So we got to define that, because they made this resolution and this ordinance came after 2 locations have already made applications.
Okay.
So they have to now then figure out what are they going to do with these current 2 existing applications. A 220-acre area in Clearbrook called Virginia Technology Park, and then a 72-acre area called Winchester Gateway in Kernstown, right next to 37. You'd be able to see it from 37. So, okay, continue, because there's
That's the
interesting
spot that it makes me sad.
2 different interesting locations.
I'm not attached to Clearbrook nearly as much as I'm attached to the corner of Middle Road and Apple Valley Road.
That's basically where it is. Yep.
And I just feel like farmland, I mean, there's that saying, farmland gone is farmland gone forever. And technology, it can't feed you, Mark.
No.
And I mean, that field, in the event of, I mean, that field could be tilled
could be farmed.
Yes,
okay, you're going way back to traditionalist there. Let's farm.
But
that
I'm just
field.
saying, at some point, we're going to have so much technology and nothing to sustain us. I feel like there is a tipping point there. And I mean, obviously for me, visually, I've always just loved the way that corner looks when you go over 37 and you see FBC and you see the open field and the Christmas tree farm. And it's just a nice empty spot. Yeah. To be honest.
So it's interesting because, again, just like we had the conversation about the casino, about what is really driving that, it seemed to be the tax revenue. So is that what is really driving the board to think about?
Well, that's how come Loudoun County is so wealthy.
Is that there's going to be the tax revenues and then the supporting infrastructure that these data center companies would have to probably support with, adding more electrical and more on the grid that they're going to need, which then you could argue would benefit our community because of that. And then the tax revenues you could say, oh, that's going to benefit our community. At what cost?
Yeah.
And so it's an interesting article because there's literally somebody quoted at the end of it saying, I don't know if you could see it back there, but I was ugly crying when it was announced. I love this community so much, and it shows such dedication and care and stewardship. Thank you so much. It was a happy ugly cry when she heard them say, we're leaning to go in this direction. It's still, nothing is set in stone.
Yeah.
It's going to still take many other kind of meetings and gatherings there. But again, the public sentiment is where you're coming from.
No.
Of like, just don't do it here. Let Loudoun County be Loudoun County. Let them grow and do a lot of that stuff. But and again, you look at the newspaper and Winchester Star, and it's not just talking Frederick County. We're talking Shenandoah County, Warren County have had outcries about it. You know how Clark County feels about any growth. So just this whole general area.
Well, and that's why Clark County is so freaking beautiful.
It is beautiful. Yeah.
It's pristine and quiet and unbuilt up, and
they've held their stance over the many years of not letting Northern Virginia creep over the mountain there.
Yeah.
So more to come, but I found that was an interesting article and a different change of direction that happened just a couple weeks ago, to then allow us to keep our eyes and ears to the ground of as far as like what the next steps are. So there's still going to be conversation again about those 2 locations, and then they still have to do voting, and there still needs to be they're just talking about the zoning regulations and what people can apply for in order for even a company that would want to put a data center here. and I think these companies advocating and trying to put data centers here saw there was loose regulations and loose zoning. And they're like, oh, here's some land, here's some opportunity, here's a location that might feel that it's beneficial for them, and the people are fighting back. So there will be saying public hearings for those other two proposals have been paused by the respective applicants. So, you got to go to the county site. I'm going to post because Frederick County has a whole landing page about data centers. I'm not reading that, but I'll put that out there. I even got because I'm in the area where Shenandoah Valley Electric Co-op serves us. They put an email out just this past week, just kind of preemptively stating just some facts. I'll put that out there for everybody to research so you can be more informed, not just by us dum-dums sitting here just talking about things that we may or may not know about. Yeah.
I'm leaning towards the may not.
Yeah. So, local events coming up.
I don't know.
Anything downtown that you are aware of?
All the big festivals are done.
Yeah.
We had the July 4th total flop downtown because it was so flipping hot.
So hot.
And I mean, I think everybody kind of just went to the pool or went to the lake. There was some people that showed up at the pavilion for the music. I did hear that there was a decent crowd around the corner because it's shaded there. Mm-hmm. But none of the stuff that was supposed to take place on the courthouse lawn took place.
Yeah.
It was just brutal.
Yeah, it's a lot. So there is something called a Monty Python pub crawl.
Seriously?
Seriously. I will give you more details about that in just 2 seconds as I'm pulling up the flyer. It's going to happen tomorrow. So Friday, July 17th.
Downtown?
Yeah, downtown.
I wonder if my boss knows
quest for the Holy Grail.
Of course.
The Holy Grail will be hidden somewhere in Old Town Winchester. So
oh my gosh,
it's going to be guarded.
That's a fantastic idea.
And you can follow and get clues. So it's going to be hot again. You can get tickets for this, and it's going to be supported by Friends of Old Town.
That is awesome.
And Quest for the Holy Grail.
It should be an interesting group that comes into Roma.
I would imagine so.
Are they going to be with their coconuts?
Who knows? Take some pictures. If you see any of that,
love that movie. Pictures. I have to say, I'm a big fan.
So that's happening. And again, we are, by the way, we normally don't record on Thursdays, but I had to record on Thursday just because of soccer, right? Like,
well, and I couldn't.
You're busy.
I couldn't do the days that you could.
I was trying to cover for you a little bit, but we had to talk about soccer and knowing who's in the finals. I know, yes. So by the time this gets released, really late Thursday, maybe Friday morning, we're talking about July 17th is the pub crawl.
Okay,
and then we haven't talked about SSMT yet. Shenandoah Summer Music Theater yet. So the Guys and Dolls has already come and gone. So if you got a chance to go to that was a great show. Right now is She Loves Me is the show.
I did see that.
And I will be seeing that tonight as I'm sitting here recording. And then, so get your tickets for that. And then you can also get tickets for their next run, which, I'm blanking out on what that is off the top of my head. It is Beautiful, the Carole King musical.
Oh, I've heard that's excellent.
Good. Yeah. So that would be another option. So we'll put their options out there for things to do that is in cooler conditions.
Much cooler conditions.
Indoors. If you go to that, you might even want to bring a sweater. They keep it nice and cool.
Yes.
So have at it. Go see SSMT show if you're looking for something to get
when
indoors.
Does the Carole King one start?
That one, I believe, starts next weekend.
Okay.
Because I think the last weekend for She Loves Me is this weekend.
Okay.
I will confirm that with you in just 2 seconds. Friday, July 24th is the first run of that one.
Okay.
And it goes through Sunday, August 2nd.
Okay.
Some of them I see are labeled as sold out. So you'd have to go choose carefully and wisely of which ones that are still available. Looks like
I still want to go to see the sculptures at MSV.
I know. Yeah, those are cool.
It's on my list as well.
Yep.
The problem with that is they close at 5. So like to me, it would be a great idea to go in the evening when it's not so flipping hot.
And you got to find those days where you can do it for free. There's a few
Wednesdays,
periodic locations.
I know Wednesdays they do some stuff for free. It's just I work during the day and I would gladly go at 7 p.m. and walk around, but they don't have it open.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Next time. Well, thanks so much for watching and listening. Again, continually share this with your friends. Like our social media posts. Go ahead and subscribe to get the episodes when they come out. And we are still on the every other week basis. Next week, I'm excited. I do know that we have a couple of guests coming, so be on the lookout for them. We'll get a chance to talk about a specific, I won't give away all the details, but a specific kind of industry that we haven't talked about yet. So excited about that.
Prostitution, right?
No, not that kind of industry.
We're not going down there. Okay.
No.
It is the oldest occupation.
I don't even know. It's older than Winchester, I'm sure, right? Well, thanks for watching and listening. Rachel, thank you. Once again, Spotlight being here. And cool off.
Gonna try.
Yeah. And get your shade. And again, let us know if you want to be on the show. You could be sitting here on this blue couch with us. You never know. You could be that person sharing about your industry. Hopefully not the oldest industry. Okay. Until next time, think iconic.